Time for Keller at Large. John sitting down with a local etiquette expert this week.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. Happy New Year to all of our viewers. You know, in the wake of the Me Too movement and the unprecedented outpouring of backlash over sexual harassment in the workplace, a lot of people are wondering, you know, where do we go from here? What are the rules? What is the proper way to show your good manners in the workplace and avoid the kind of situations we've been reading about? Well, here to help answer some of those questions is our guest, Rosanne Thomas of Boston's Protocol Advisors. She is author of the new book, Excuse Me, The Survival Guide to Modern Business Etiquette. An excellent read. If you didn't like the books you got for Christmas this year, maybe you can go back and exchange it for your book. Rosanne, welcome.
Thank you, John. Nice to be here.
Good to have you, and Happy New Year to you. When this torrent of appalling behavior came pouring out in the news, were you surprised? You've been dealing with these issues for years.
Well, I was a little bit surprised that it was starting to come out, and happy about that. I think it needs to be acknowledged clearly. But the depth of the deprivation, if you will, some things that are going on there, yes, I was shocked about. I really was. And I had to wonder to myself, why was this going on, and how was it that no one ever knew about that? So,
well, let me ask you to answer your own question.
Okay.
Is it just that this behavior was not known to us, was hidden from view, or is there something that's happened in our culture that makes guys think they can do this kind of stuff?
Well, I think there was in the past, but I don't think that exists anymore. Yeah. Everyone is so nervous, and they're actually looking to their past behavior to say, uh-oh, did I say the right thing? Did I do? You know, they're worried right now. My thinking is that we always have to think of the intent. What were they trying to do with that word that they said, or gesture they made, or action they had? But, you know, generally speaking, people, I think, have good intentions. Not always. So that's what we have to figure out first and foremost.
So what are the rules? I keep hearing that question being asked. I've heard some backlash against that question of, what do you mean, what are the rules? Treat your female coworker like you treat your daughter, your sister, your mother. But from your point of view, what are the rules?
The rules are to be very careful and to err on the conservative, cautious side, which means if you have a professional relationship, your behavior is mostly professional. Now, it's not that you don't have friendly relationships with your coworkers, but it's still predominantly a professional relationship, and the same with personal relationships. So say nothing that could be misinterpreted, and if you think there's any chance it could be, don't say it. Just don't say it.
So, to my female coworker, you're doing your hair differently, and it looks great. N-O?
Well, it depends. How long have you known this coworker? You know, because maybe you've known her for 20 years, and there is a relationship, and it would be well received, and it's certainly well intended on your part. So maybe. But if you don't know for sure, don't do it.
Yeah. As we go forward now, do you think that, I mean, you've seen, I guess, you correct me if I'm wrong, the ebb and flow of manners, or has it been a downward decline? I mean, we talk about the loss of civility in our politics, in our popular culture. Have you seen a sort of a generalized decline over the years?
Well, you know what? I don't know what's in people's minds or in their heads, but I certainly see that they're voicing incivility like I have never, ever. I can't remember. And I don't know what this is all about. I think that people are emboldened. I think that they sometimes get behind their electronic devices, and they're braver there, but there seems to be no filters anymore. Whatever people are thinking comes out. And I don't think that's necessarily a good thing.
And as your book points out, it can be a huge source of trouble in the business world.
Right.
We'll take a short break, and we'll continue our conversation with the author of Excuse Me, The Survival Guide to Modern Business Etiquette, Rosanne Thomas. More in a moment. Welcome back. We're talking about manners and protocol in the workplace with Rosanne Thomas of Protocol Advisors here in Boston, the author of Excuse Me, The Survival Guide to Modern Business Etiquette, in a bookstore or online for you to check out. So this time of year, a lot of get-togethers with family, friends, coworkers. And inevitably, this being Boston, we love to talk politics here. That can be dicey in the era of Trump. People are polarized. They're kind of on edge. what kind of advice can you offer to people who want to be able to talk politics with differently minded friends or family, but are worried about blowing up the relationship?
Well, I'm concerned about them talking with people of different minds because it almost never works out well. And relationships are sometimes permanently fractured because of this. So certainly if you're with an audience who you think pretty much shares your opinion, yes, of course, you might even have slightly different opinions, but if you know someone is diametrically opposed to what you're thinking and feeling, I wouldn't go there. There are too many other good topics to just discuss. I mean, you don't have to do politics.
What is it, the triumvirate of topics you should never talk about in polite society? Politics, religion, and sex.
Yes, right? Exactly right.
Boy. Well, I guess there are other things you can talk about, but you know, what about if you can't avoid it? I mean, it's your oldest friend or it's your family member and there's no way to steer around the topic.
Sure. So we listen respectfully. We never we don't argue. We don't, obviously raise our voices or anything like that. We say that we've heard them and maybe even paraphrase what they've said so they'll feel understood. And past that, we say, we disagree on this and then move on. Maybe share your opinion, but if you don't have to, I wouldn't.
What if the other person is persistent about it? They're coming after you. A lot of that happens on Facebook and other social media. Again, you keep trying to steer them off it, they won't go along. What do you do then?
Well, you keep on trying. You know what? You have that power not to get embroiled in this conversation. So you don't have to do that. So resist, any sort of temptation. Don't get trolled, if you will, online because you don't have to. You're in charge. You're in control.
That's a great point. Everybody seems to take the bait.
Yes.
In our culture now. Politics, online, Twitter. It can be empowering to know that you don't have to do that.
You absolutely do not want to do that because, your digital footprint is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. All of ours are. And, I think to myself, would I want my grandchildren to Google me someday, if Google's still around, and see what I might have put out there about other people, about my opinions, pictures, posts? Maybe not. And so, I think you want to be careful. This is dangerous territory.
Rosanne, there's so much good advice in your book. We can't possibly even do more than scratch the surface here, but can you sum it up? What's your golden rule for evidencing good manners?
So my golden rule is actually the platinum rule. There was once a time when we would treat others the way we wanted to be treated. Now it's all about treating others the way in which they want to be treated, which requires us to figure that out because it's not always intuitive.
So we might actually have to spend a little less time thinking about ourselves and our own itches that we want to scratch and more about who we're dealing with.
Exactly right. If we want a relationship, if we want a mutually respectful relationship, that's what we have to do.
Much more information is available in your book. Excuse me. Great to see you.
Thank you, John.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Thanks for being here. Author Rosanne Thomas, that's it for me. Now I'm going to send it back over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.